Hello, hello everybody. This is Paula at Paper Crafts by PRB, and today I am doing the ABC April 2025 collab hosted by Seven Plaza and Crafty by Tony. And today is Friday, April 11th, and the letter is J. So I am doing journal cards. So here's my first one. My journal cards are a little bit bigger than normal. I put mine into pockets and into like side tuck pockets and in my journals. So mine are 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then they're made on coffee dyed paper. And the prints, this and some of these prints, the paper, are from Kara Brandon Creations. She is on Etsy. All right, so basically it's just different layers of scrapbooking paper, book pages, different elements. So, or, you know, like even music paper, like I said, scrapbooking paper, coffee dyed paper. And I noticed that three background elements worked the best for me. And then I just kind of turned things different ways and slanted it, some of the papers one way and then slanted them the other way or made them straight. So this one, I used a book page and then a couple pieces of scrapbooking paper. And then up here at the top, it says, make today count with some lace. And then, like I said, the back is just coffee dyed paper. And then here's another one that I made. And, you know, it's the same size as the first one that I told you. It's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then I just did a little bit, this looks a little plain, but I didn't know what to do on the edges there. So I just left it like that. This one I did scrapbooking paper, and then I did, this was like a background paper, scrapbooking paper, but it just had words on it. And then I did a tab up here at the top. And then again, the back you can journal on. And then here's one more. And as you can see, you know, turning your papers, you know, the background papers in different directions just gives it a different look. So for example, this one I did straight up and down on that one piece on the book page. And then I tilted this one, you know, slightly to the right. And then this one I just left straight up and down as well. So then on this one, I, you know, slanted this one to the left. I turned this one to the right. And then I turned this one to the right, this book page to the right. So there's different ways of just making that look, you know, give it some different interest opposed to just layering it straight across. And then here is a sentiment that says live, love, laugh. All right, so obviously they're really easy to make. So I'm just gonna show you, here is my coffee dyed paper. So this is gonna be my foundation, my actual journal card. And then I'm just going to start layering, and I think I'm going to use like this, example where I have this one, this piece of paper going this way to the left, this one going to the right, and this one slanted. So I'm just going to kind of copy that, and I already have my papers. I always cut my papers out before we get started. And I'm going to go ahead and put glue on the back of this one. So this is going to be the one that just kind of angles like this. So as you can see on this one, it's going to be this piece right here. And you know, it might be a little bit bigger than that piece, but that's okay. Okay, and then this one I'm going to go like this. So as you can see, I did this one more up at the top. I'm going to do this one more down at the bottom. Like I said, it just adds a little bit of different interest if you don't do everything exactly the same length and width, and you know, you just kind of turn things different ways and opposite directions from the other piece. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on there, right about there. Okay, so far like that. And then I have this piece, and I'm going to turn this piece this way instead this time. So last time I had it turned this way. Well, maybe I like it better that way still. I think I'm going to keep it that way. Maybe. Let's see here. Here's my focal point. So let's see which way it looks better. This focal point is a lot longer than these ones. So on these ones, you can see the background a lot more. This one, you can't see the background as much. I guess I didn't take that into consideration. So let's go ahead and just leave this one straight up and bring it down to the bottom. Yeah, let's do it that way so that you can see it more, since my focal point is longer than the originals that I made. All right, so I'm going to glue this on here. And have you been joining in on the ABC April collab? I haven't done every day, but I have. I think this is my 5th or 6th. Okay, so there's that. And then, of course, she's going to go right there in the middle. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add her. And again, this, my papers and this focal point, so this and this. On this one, it's this one and this one I got from Kara Brandon Creations. And then on this one, the focal point and that piece was in the kit that I bought from Etsy, or on Etsy. Okay, so that one's gonna look like that. All right, now I'm gonna put a tab up here at the top. And of course, you know, you can decorate these up obviously as much as you want. You could add lace. You could do a doily. You know, I saw, sometimes I do, like I put a doily on the end of one of these pieces, you know, just fold the doily in half and then put it on one of those pieces. And that just gives it a little bit more texture, gives it, you know, a little bit more, another element to your journaling card. All right, so there's that. And I ink up around the edges of everything. I like that look as well. And then I have this that says Live, Love, Laugh. I usually do cheesecloth, but I don't know where all my cheesecloth. Oh, here's a little piece. So let's put a little cheesecloth on there. All right. So that's easy peasy, easy, easy. I'm very easy when it comes to my crafting. I don't like to fuss and muss too much. All right, so here is this one. I just added some cheesecloth and a little sentiment. And then there's my focal point on that one. And here are the other 3 that I made. All right, I hope you enjoyed that. Hope you got a little bit of inspiration. If you liked the video, could you give it a thumbs up? Subscribe if you haven't. I'd appreciate it. And until the next time, thank you very much.